We haven't had wheels per se, except some pumps have backed up.
Right.
But some run and some don't. So I said, I think we're on a stream. And I think it comes from this little swell we have over there and down this way.
Okay, let's go down this way.
We spend a lot of money on the trees. Probably, yes, $7,000 to $10,000 a year on either taking down trees, replacing trees, trimming trees.
I like the color of the brick. It kind of ties it
Yes,
together.
it does. The brick's very pretty.
Well, this is nice having a mailbox kid.
Yeah, we have 3 like that. So.
That's nice. You don't see them just standing out.
Right.
Well, this is owned by the post office, so they maintain
Yes.
it, which is
Although they're not, we're going to go around and spray paint, I think, this year because
The bases.
the cable and maybe the bases. He's trying to get hold of somebody.
Yeah, you can do that.
sometimes that's the best way to go. Just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Spray paint sounds expensive. Right.
So this is a concrete driveway, but it doesn't look offensive. Oh, there's a few here.
Yeah, some
Right.
people have put the cement in.
I wish we had this. I like it.
Do you think that is just a liquid stain?
I do know that when they put them down, they do stain them.
You see where the concrete is chipped over here? So it's not a surface stain, it's through and through.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oh
That-
yeah,
see, that's-
it's all the way down.
Right, that's beyond the first layer.
So
That's,
that's something we can't do to a white driveway. It
No,
probably
you
would-
have to. It
sun
looks
would
like they
fade
put
it.
the dye right
That's
in.
really nice looking.
I like that though.
yeah,
And I
Well,
love
the
it.
other big thing these days is a brick driveway.
Yeah.
Quite expensive.
right.
And this probably would be less maintenance, and
I like this.
the bricks can.
And they're not as
Gas
dark, they're not
also,
as black as they originally were
Right,
poured.
right.
Because it's sun fading.
Yeah, considering the amount of snow that you get. Right. So you get snow removal in the streets, and then you hire out your own for your drive.
Rochester owns the street. and they
Rochester
plow it.
will plow it, but what they tend to do is they tend to block our driveway, you know.
Oh yeah, that's what.
And so we've contracted with our snow plowing people to do our driveways and the street.
Nice.
And
Oh yeah,
everything-
it's like ice. You
Yeah.
can't. No, you can't.
So this is the other house that's the
other
same size
small
as us.
house.
Oh, I like.
And they're on their second owner.
All right.
I remember this well.
This is a nice unit too.
Well, there isn't a bad unit at all, if you ask me.
They planted them all with the
Okay.
big clam figures. But Cliff was explaining that type of pine tree doesn't live long.
No, we've had pine trees, you know, kind of die out. So white pine is the best for here. That's
Well, the idea that you
Oh, you
could,
did.
use 'em.
So you staged the porch.
Yeah, definitely. I'm impressed by the driveway. I prefer asphalt, but that's not bad.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the same tone as the paint color on the house. Now, I don't recognize the outside fixture. Is that something that,
What outside fixture?
the porch light?
Oh, the coach light on each side of
Yeah,
the driveway?
Is that the way they all are?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Okay, it looks nice.
Yeah, they've been replaced with new models that look like the original ones,
I see.
but they're new.
Okay. So this roof, are the roofs all the same?
They're all the same. They all have to be what is called weatherwood.
Okay,
Is the
yeah.
name of the tile?
Nice. So are those folks original there?
No.
Okay. Can I walk back there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's all kind of common out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think great. It's one of my favorite colors.
I have a quote from him that says, "There's no such thing as bad weather, there's different kinds of good weather." And I always thought that was a rather wise thing for someone to say, so.
He was
I don't
pretty,
remember what your quote was. I remember I was impressed.
I forget myself. But I remember you, and it's great to see you again.
Nice to see you.
You were very enthused about the place.
Oh,
and
yes, still am.
Great, great. Well, it looks beautiful.
Well,
love your garden.
my house is almost identical to when you built it. I haven't done any construction work. I haven't taken out any walls. I have replaced the kitchen. That's the only thing that I did 4 years ago. And so it would almost look like you just left it
Right.
30 years ago, including the basement, which has never been refinished. So
I do feel like Rip Van Winkle coming back and seeing all this. It looks, the place
Well, there
looks
isn't
great.
anything like this anywhere. Nice long driveway, park lots of visitors, big front lawns, big back lawns. Yeah.
I set the houses back extra just for privacy and
Yeah.
to make it look a little nicer.
Yeah, it does look very nice. People drive through here all the time.
Sometimes I think you could have made a lot more money if money was your priority. Putting them closer together a little bit. You could have put a few more houses in here, but we're glad you didn't.
Yeah.
Because
Very glad.
it's so much nicer the way it is.
Well, honestly, my first plan was to do fourplex ranches, which I did at Scripps Lakeview. And I wanted to have like 48 units. And the city wouldn't let me rezone it to multiple. And so I thought, well, I'll do something else. And it turned out beautifully.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is the size of it. We know everybody in here.
Yeah, it's got a wonderful neighborhood feeling.
Yeah, it
Well, I
does.
think the front porch just helps that.
Yes, absolutely. We love our front porch.
Really nice. You have a tree coming out front here. What would that be? Is that another?
do you know what I think it's a maple.
Okay.
And then this is a horse chestnut.
Oh, nice. Everything. Did you plant a lot of these trees?
Really?
Except, you know,
Turned out pretty well.
It did.
And you maintain it so well.
We tried, yes. We have the trees thinned out. I thought maybe they needed it this year, but the tree person says, nope, you got a couple more years before we had to address the canopy. But it was kind of dirt back there when we were moved in, so we kept doing the canopy until we had enough sunlight to grow grass
That's great.
and
How smart.
keep it watered. So now we're so thankful because it was kind of dirt back here
Yeah,
because the sun couldn't reach it.
I see.
So
I remember I was a little concerned about this, but it really turned out, thanks to you folks, you solved the puzzle by thinning the trees.
yes,
and-
that's what we did, and put the seed down and then watered it heavily, and it really, we're so pleased with it. All the time. And look how beautiful it is.
oh yeah. Get to get a hike.
I like that way, the curve of the sidewalk. And the drainage, we planned that all carefully.
Oh yeah.
Want to see Anita? Should
Yeah,
we go?
yeah, let's go.
These trees are late.
Yeah.
They are.
We have somebody for you to see here.
Mr. Wilberding, it's good to see you.
Working again today?
It's been
Yeah.
a lot of years, right?
Yes. Remember
But we're not any older, just wiser.
Hi, and I'm Barb. Hi,
I'm
Anita.
Anita, nice to meet you.
I'm sorry you lost your husband this year. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And we almost didn't move in because he had cancer at that time, and so, yeah, we changed our mind. My daughter said, "Move in, we're going to help you." I thought, okay, thank you. And I'm so happy here.
Right.
I go to Florida, and when I walk in, I go, oh, I love it here.
This is the builder of the neighborhood.
It's just so nice, all those
So his
windows
name
and
is in all your
everything.
documents.
Love,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice, because I can see in every direction.
Yeah.
That's why everybody has to be good, all right?
She'll report us, right.
Now, that's what the architect, well, worked with the architect, but those corner windows, it gives you kind of a long sight line in the room.
It does.
It's wonderful. People walk into my kitchen and go, oh, windows.
I know.
Can you go around it?
Really has been amazing to me.
Great. That's great to hear. Well, sorry about the poisonous walnut.
Like I say, I overall it's been a plus for me. I would say, yeah. I would say the pluses outweigh the minuses from my perspective, and as long as the board doesn't mind one of my plants dying and maybe being unattended for a while, you know.
Oh, God.
When I developed this, it occurred to me I could sell these trees for the walnut.
Yeah.
It's valuable, but I wish I'd saved more trees. We really, I nailed aluminum tags in every one, and we did a tree survey.
Yeah, they're still on.
Oh, are they really?
They're still on.
So,
I'll show you a couple.
so Tom, when you first came and bought the property here, what was here before?
It was farmland, I
Just
think.
farm?
It
Yeah.
had kind of gone to seed. There were a lot of little pine trees.
Okay.
And I was very pleased with that because I hired a clam digger and we transplanted it. A lot of them, maybe 150
Pine
of them.
trees and palm. Yeah, because I moved to this area in '89, and I don't really have any memory of
It
what was
was
here.
a vacant land, and it was, as soon as I bought it, the local Catholic church approached me, and they wanted to put their church here.
Okay.
And I said, no, I'm going to develop it. And so they put a church down the street, which probably worked out better for them. I think they had more
Okay.
land down there.
Yeah.
St. Mary's of the Hills
That's
wanted
where I go
this
vote.
property.
Yeah, that's my vote. Our voting. You probably.
Yeah, that's what we go
where I
vote. Yeah. If they were a little bit sooner, this property would have been St. Mary's of the Hills.
Yeah. Well, I probably wouldn't be voting there. You know?
You still
Wouldn't have
you
a house to live in. Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, you'd still be voting. You wouldn't have. You'd be living somewhere
I
else.
just, yeah. Who knows where?
The place looks wonderful. Is this yours?
No, this is mine.
They took it from us. I had to buy that one.
Remember when we went in, I went in to buy that one and they were in just before us.
They just wrote the check.
I have my checkbook up, man. I was making sure.
Fred, were you up in your garage attic, and did you have an accident up there? Somebody,
Oh, that was George.
George did, yeah.
I thought, oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's George?
Yunker on the corner.
Oh, in that corner. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like an
Alan?
interesting
Very
story.
outdoor.
Oh, yeah. There's a few interesting stories that go on here.
Well, it's an easy accident. You know, the trusses are 24 inches apart, and he assumed that the flooring was solid, and he
You don't
stepped
have any
on
like
Yeah.
and went through the drywall.
Yeah, he went through.
They did
Yeah.
get picnics for COVID.
I heard that happening to
Yeah,
people.
and then
Oh,
I learned that story from my grandmother when we used to go up in the attic of her house because she had stuff stored. And she always said, do not step down. Always just step on the wood, on the trusses. Yep. Yeah, you learn that the hard way.
where in the house did he go through?
In the garage.
Oh, in the garage.
He was
Okay.
building the ladder going up into the
Uh-huh.
garage for storage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
we'll
was
put you down to
interesting.
call you on one.
The Homeowners Association does a wonderful job. The place looks just tip-top. Really
does.
Really does.
Well, anybody who's been on the board works hard.
Yep.
It's not an easy job.
It is not.
It's work. It's work.
Yeah, it is.
People get grouchier as they
I hope they're not putting in concrete.
No, they're
That
gonna.
would look kind of.
No, they're gonna re-asphalt. Yeah, they're gonna re-asphalt, whether it's all gone or just a milling and a cover, and then they'll replace the gutter curb wherever it might be broke up.
Oh, okay.
And there's not too many places where there's a crack. That one's cracked in half. Otherwise, generally pretty good.
One thing about I think I put in the asphalt in 2 layers. So we put in 1 layer, and then we built the place,
Oh,
with
okay.
okay.
cement
All right.
trucks and everything, and then on the way out, we did the top
Okay.
coat.
Right. Okay.
So
Good.
that's why it looks smooth. So I wonder what the drainage thing looks like. Can I go back there?
Sure. Let's go take a look.
Go back.
In fact, that was a topic of our last
Last
board meeting.
yeah.
I can see it from here.
Let's go back there.
I had some ideas that were shot down, but I thought, wouldn't it be nice to just have this to be all cattails?
Oh.
Now Rochester Hill said no, that would not be a good idea. I
When-
guess they were right.
Well, now they've got these what they call phlagmites. It's like
Phragmites.
phragmites. They're taking over anywhere a cattails like to go.
They're too tall.
They're taking over.
So what is this generally kind of a problem as far as dampness or?
No. Well, yeah. You know what? If we get a heavy rain and it overflows the creek, it might go 10 feet on each side.
Okay.
But this is really a retention basin,
Right.
retention pond.
That's exactly right.
So it'll stay soggy for a few days after that.
Okay, but it looks pretty functional.
Yeah. But right now we had a conversation with the city to how can we kill the growth. And they recommended a product called Rodeo, not Roundup, not Roundup. Rodeo is for aquatics.
Okay.
Roundup isn't.
Okay. Well, that's very nice of you to check that
Our
out.
landscaper does weed whack it when they get high.
Mm-hmm.
But we're concerned about it clogging. And so far it's not clogging, but he told us to use this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pleased to
Once a
see it
month.
so neat and so when it goes through that little pipe,
Yeah.
it just goes to the other side of the berm, and then there's just sort of
It's underground. And eventually it leads to an open area among that neighborhood
Yeah.
and another creek
Yeah,
carrying it out.
yeah.
But
I
there's
was
another.
always surprised it didn't have much slope right from the beginning, but they said this was my engineer had to set it up, and it always looked awfully flat to me, but it seems to work.
The city.
It's been amazing to me to see how effective it is. Because when it rains really hard, I get a lake. It completely fills up.
Oh,
Yes. And then within 6 or 8 hours, it drains. It's amazing.
So it's working.
right.
It's
Glad to
amazing.
hear it. I was a little concerned if it would really work. But
And when the city was out to look, we had a meeting with him. He said, "This is as creeks go. This is doing really well."
And it never
He
gets
said,
in my
"It's
basement.
not a. You don't want a fast flow because you'll erode."
I mean, it looks like
He said, and the rocks help slow the flow down.
mm-hmm.
And he said it's doing really well as creeks go.
the only one who
Right.
And if we found another product similar to Rodeo, put it in a granular form. Rodeo's a spray, and they're time release pellets. You drop in here,
Nice.
and that to me I think is a better way to go.
Yeah.
That way there's no wind for it to get back on the person spraying,
Yeah.
and
Well, that way you won't have to weed whack it, and it'll be
right,
Right.
and it will just help it with the flow.
yeah.
And it'll look neater.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Because if it fills in with growth, it could stop the flow.
It could, yeah.
Yeah, I glad they didn't listen to my cattail idea.
Oh, I don't know if that's such a bad
I don't know, okay, what I've seen, because I have a lake back here,
Yeah.
you know, and it drains in 6 or 8 hours. I think as long as that's open back there, you'd never have a problem.
You've got a good painter. Does he spray the paint?
No, you rolls or brush.
Okay.
All right.
Well, he does a nice job. It really looks
Yeah.
like new. I'm amazed. And that's that same product that's a
It's a Sherwin-Williams duration or resilience, one of those two formulas.
but the siding is
The siding is mostly original. Some boards have been replaced due to the wood product swelling.
yeah.
I'm having that going on too. I'm going to have what they call cement board replacing the wood. And the
Well,
cement
after
board.
this project, after I built it and finished, there were reports of some problems with liability problems. And I think Louisiana Pacific.
Right. They did have a settlement with some of the homeowners here. what formula they used, I don't know. Some got 5,000, one guy got 10,000 to replace their product where it was bad. Not the whole thing, just where it was bad.
Well, it looks good today.
Some people replaced it, some people just kept the money and passed it on.
Right. You can tell the difference in a wood grain, where it's a heavy wood grain and then not so heavy, right?
Yeah.
So you can tell the newer boards are the lesser grain look.
Oh, okay.
And it's just the way that company made their product with not as much wood grain look. Today the cement boards are just as equally wood grainy because we like the wood grain look.
Yeah,
You
makes
know.
it look natural. The trim is all cedar, and I wouldn't want to have to pay for that today.
Oh, all the trim is cedar, yeah.
I've heard that lumber's really gone up, skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Well, we had good carpenters, and all the trades were top trades, you know, so especially the plumber was very good. Family businesses, you know. And at the time I built this, the market was down, so I could get
Yep,
the
yeah,
trade.
recession back then, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember.
That, you know, it's, I had a lot of help.
We think this is the number one area right in here.
Yeah.
Because you got your distance from the road. You know, there's really no noise behind you. So yeah, these are prime lots right here.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not objective, but I agree.
I like my lot the best.
When we first saw them, we thought, this is great. It's like
I don't
Wild
see any
Kingdom.
babies
But
Yeah.
then after a while, people said, you know, they're like rats.
That's the way it's the deer around here, you know, they just eat what flowers I have, and I mean, I'd like to shoot them myself, you know, and I'm not a hunter.
My tulip bulbs.
Aw.
Spray some tulip bulbs.
Yeah, we'll be out hiking in the mountains, and somebody said, did you see the deer? And we say, yeah, we've seen plenty of deer.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we see them here too. And we have all kinds of animals, from possums to foxes. You saw a fox.
Oh,
Saw
yeah.
a fox, I
Yeah.
saw a coyote.
Coyote.
in April, yeah.
We have
Got
wild
a picture of a
turkey.
coyote. Selfies there? Anita was out here, and she said she was the oldest person in the neighborhood, and so we came to your defense.
Thanks. Looks great.
Who was that?
Anita.
Am I older than she is?
Dominic,
She's 86.
you know who
She's
this guy
86.
is? This is Tom Wilberding. He's the guy that built your
I
house.
see.
Hello, Dominic.
You did an outstanding job.
Well,
I
thank
happen
you.
to be a civil engineer, and I appreciate good construction.
Well,
I'm
glad.
trying to convince my friend Cliff here. Every time I speak, he says, "You sure you know what you're talking about?"
Well, it's good to see you. I'm glad you like
The
the
only thing
He's
that's
pulling your leg.
disappointing the way the trees have. I remember I moved here in 2090, and we still have most of the trees here.
Yeah, I quite a few died. The pine trees, I planted a lot
You did
on
an
the
excellent
perimeter.
job here. That's all the space that we have and everything.
It looks wonderful. It looks it really looks like 25 years ago.
Well, hey, keep it.
Yeah, you do a great job
Well done.
keeping it up.
Yeah, Cliff and there, Kathy, they're pretty tough people to please. So what
we
did
seem
you tell
tough?
them? Did you tell them I'm almost 88 years old?
You said you're 87.
Yeah.
We said you're the
I thought you were 87.
In Italy, though, the minute you have your birthday, you're the next year.
You're what?
My birthday is in November. The minute I go, my birthday is on November 22nd. November 23rd, I gotta say I'm 89 years old.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, that's
that's the way they do it.
Wow.
Of course, that's where I was born. I came to the United States.
Civil engineer did. So you went to college here?
Oh yeah,
They came up
Wayne
with a
State
great idea.
University. I worked